Hello YouTube, what's up? In this video, I want to show you how to use the Midas M32R as a USB interface to control Ableton Live. Now before I made a video using it as an audio interface, well we're still doing that. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can see that video of just how to use it as an audio interface. Now we're going to talk more about the Midi interface because you can use it as a control surface, like a Mackie control surface. So let's get started. First, I want to go into Preferences. And under Midi, we're going to see that we have the Mackie Control Classic. That's what we set it on. The input is the DN32 USB. The output is the DN32 USB. And down here, input, Mackie Control, I just have track, sync, and remote all on, and also on the output. So that way you could actually make control changes in it if you wanted to. Program changes, scene changes in the mixer, and also of course, it's going to send MIDI input to Ableton on the transport controls and the volume controls. Anytime you move a controller in Ableton, it's also going to move the fader over there. So that's how you set up the MIDI part of it. Audio was already explained, so like I said, you can check that video out. You see we have our tracks here. We have drums in a group. We have our kick, snare drum top, snare drum bottom, hat, tom high, tom low, overhead left, overhead right. You see here's our volume control, say on the kick out. As we turn that down, you'll see the fader move up and down. And also when we move the fader, you will see the volume turn up and down in the track in Ableton. Now if we looked at it from the session view, it would be over here, the kick out, you can see it move up and down, or you can move it on the fader, and I'll show you more about that when we go look at the mixer. So when we're on the Matrix main C button, when we click that, we're going to see we now have transport controls. Stop, play, rewind, fast forward, and record. So we can just start our play right here, or stop. If we put it on bus 9 through 16, you notice we're on DAW remote, REM. If we turn that off, it's going to go back to our bus or whatever we're on. But when we hit REM, that's where we are on the Matrix button. We'll give you the transport controls. Now you can still turn the channels up and down. It'll give you a readout of what number you're on. Also a panning. So we're going to go to bus 9 through 16. Now they work as mutes. So you can see as I mute them here, they're muting in Ableton Live. Now the other two buttons, bus 1 through 8 or the DCA group button, what that's going to do is I hit bus 1 through 8, I'm going to be able to put the tracks in record ready. And if I hold down the DCA button, this is where I can bank over 8 at a time, or we can bank over one channel at a time. So here I have it set up so it's like the 8 channels that I have on the board in Ableton. So again, we're just going to push that DCA button. That's going to give us the banking. So as we're doing our mix, I'll go back up here. Now I have everything muted but the overheads. So you see this is a lot more handy than getting in there with the mouse and the Ableton interface on the computer. then if we have to change EQ or something, then we're just going to come over to the computer, and here's our EQ8 in Ableton. Or our gate or compressor. So you see you still have control over here, but it makes it a little easier for you over there. And also to mention, to go back to the other video, our audio inputs are coming up on this side of the board, 1 through 8. And I can just cycle through there to get to all the channels. I could put all individual outputs coming out of Ableton. Right now I just have the stereo mix left and right coming out in these 2 channels, and that will control our total volume coming out of Ableton. When I'm tracking, I like to put these all separate. So if I'm doing 8 tracks of guitar or however many, it doesn't matter, I can go in, or background vocals, I can have them come up here and I can keep changing the volumes right here. Or I could go over and do it in the DAW over on this side. I hope this video helps. If it does, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more, hit our subscribe button, and we'll make sure that you are up to date on any of the latest videos I put out. All right, check back with us. Thanks.